Alex Neil gets his first win on the docker for Sunderland as, of course, they make another push for the playoffs and maybe even the automatics. But what's going to go on this weekend? We'll take a little look. Nay! Video today. We look forward to match day. I think it's number, what is it? 37, that's right, 30 bloody 7 over in League One, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe to keep you bang up to date with all things League One related, Blackburn Rose related, football related. We got it all here, boys, under one roofski. That's right, goodness gracious me. Big win on the docket there for Sunderland, of course, getting themselves right back in the thick of things, denting, of course, the promotion hopes of Wigan. We'll take a look at it, all of it in a minute. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs, they are the patrons, guys. They give you loving, of course, behind the scenes. And if you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe button and keep bang up to date. Let's get into it, of course. A lot to talk about, of course. We got loads of games to talk about. We've also got the Prediction League. And, of course, first and foremost, let's revisit last weekend. So here we go. Accrington Stanley at home. Backham at home. 3-2 winners over Wycombe. Yes, they did. Meanwhile, Burton Albion, of course, in the assay's doing shit right now, isn't he? 2-0 win for Shrewsbury on the road. Of course, they look good right now, don't they? Shrewsbury safe as houses. Cheltenham Town, of course, lost to Crewe. Big win for them at the foot. Meanwhile, Morecambe got a nice draw against Ipswich, and I called it as called it. Lincoln City did lose to Gillingham. Big win for them on the road. Nice. MK Dons, 2-0 wins over Bolton. Called it, lads. Called it. Oxford, of course, kept up the heat. 4-2 winners over Cambridge in the boat race. Plymouth Argyle lost, of course they did, to top of the table, Rotherham. There's not many teams that can stop them. 1-0 win for Rotherham. Pompey with a 3-3 draw against Fleetwood Town. Sheffield Wednesday with a 2-0 win over Charlton. Wigan, of course, did lose to Sunderland. Of course, big win for Neil. And Wimbledon 2, Doncaster 2, towards the foot of the table. Let's take a look at that table. There you go. Rotherham, of course, looking good right now. They got 9 points clear over Wigan, who have 2 games in hand. But, of course, the gap is opening. Meanwhile, MK Dons breathing down the necks of Wigan, of course. Played a lot of games more, though, but the goal difference is much less. 60% Oxford, of course, closing in. Looking very, very good at the moment. And, of course, Sunderland have played the same amount of games. They've still got a lot of work to do. But, of course, they could still get there in the end. Imagine how many managers has it taken? As will Alex Neil get the credit to do it? Meanwhile, of course, Sheffield Wednesday are into 6th. It is very, very tight. And I still have no idea. Of course, Pompey have got games in hand. Win those 3. They could be up to 51, 54, 57. Yeah, right back in the thick of things, of course. I'd say at the moment it's Pompey and up. Pompey and upwards are in that race. And, of course, down the foot, I need to look at my graphic over here. Crewe, big win for them. Doncaster there. Gillingham still in the hunt, of course. Yeah, all the way up to Fleetwood, Lincoln City, Shrewsbury, maybe. So I'd say Lincoln and Down right now are in the right old thick of things. You could probably even say maybe Charlton and Down. I think I said that last time. Charlton and Down are in the relegation matter for the time being. Because it all could change over this week in an extended match day. But let's take a look at, of course, our own Prediction League. Jimmy Watton, well done to you, sir. 7 bins there. I do appreciate that. Of course, ticks on tour, also in the Power 3. Respect to the patrons there, kicking ass and taking names. The mini leaderboard, of course, for this season, the second half of the season. Deep out the great with 63 pins on the boards there. 77, and James Pacific are great, doing alongside Shane O'Donnell, also doing very, very well. It is, of course, heading into the month of March. Of course, we're going to announce the predictor of the month for the month of Feb, who is the person or persons that accumulate the most points of the month of Feb, of course, and that person can win multiple months as well. And at the end of it, somebody will be selected. But is there any surprise if you've been watching the rest of the videos? Is there any surprise? No, it's not. It's Deep at the Great. Check his piss for steroids. He's been predicting like a son of a bitch. And as you can see, he's made it triple bubbles over in League One there. It's his 3rd month, his first in a couple of months. First 7 also got a couple of hits on the trick there. But of course, Deep at the Great now, the predictor of the month. So well done to you. What about the overall grand scheme of things, though, for the Master Leaderboard? Here it comes. Of course, in mostly full data. 77 is leading by a distance, a whopping distance of 12 points at the moment. Again, it's not 100% sure. I'm going to leave that a bit element of doubt, an element of surprise in there if he is comfortably, because there are some double names maybe. It's your own fault. It's your own fault for putting a space in there or there and everywhere. I will clean it up on my own time. It's just right now, though, it is pretty much guaranteed to be the way it is. But you're just going to have to wait and see. Alrighty then, let's kick it all off with Shrewsbury up against Rotherham, of course. Kicking us off on the midweek of games. they'll kick it all off on the 1st of March. That's right, played each other 18 times, 19 times even since 2007. 8 wins for Shrewsbury, 6 for Rotherham, and 5 draws. Just 1 win and 6 though for Shrewsbury right now, 42% form. Up against the Rotherham side, who look very, very good. Haven't lost in the last 10 games, picking up 5 wins in the past 6, 92% form for them. At the moment, of course, last time around in Shrewsbury, it was a 2-1 win for Rotherham back in December 2019. Of course, they haven't played each other at the New York Stadium, so that's still to come on the horizon. Meanwhile, Shrewsbury picked up a 2-0 win over Burton, of course, and of course, Rotherham picked up a 1-0 win over Plymouth. Back-to-back clean sheets as well for Rotherham heading into this one. The odds though for this one, 50-4 is your Shrewsbury, 6-4 on is your Rotherham, 14-5 is your draw. Gonna go with Rotherham here, 1-0 win. Of course they are. And another clean sheet to boot. Kicking off for us at Fratton Park, it will be Pompey up against Oxford. Bit of a zinger. This one played each other 27 times in 1993. 8 wins for Pompey, 10 wins for Oxford, and 9 draws. Of course, Portsmouth come to this unbeaten in the last 4, 58% form. Up against the Oxford side, unbeaten in the last 3, picking 3 wins on their bounce, 67% form for them at the moment. Of course, last time around though at Fratton Park, it was a 1-1 draw back in November 2020. The reverse fixture though at the Kazan was just a couple of weeks ago. It was a 3-2 win for Oxford. Meanwhile, Oxford coming to this on the back of a 4-2 win over Cambridge in the boat race. Meanwhile, of course, Portsmouth pick up a 3-3 draw against Fleetwood Town. The odds though on this one, what do we have on this? We have Portsmouth 11-8 for the victory, 9-5 is your away win, and of course 5-2 is your D. That's your draw. 2-1 win for Pompey on this one, bit of a surprise perhaps. And of course, back in the thick of things, it will be Portsmouth. Kicking off forward is Sheffield Wednesday against Burton Albion. Of course, at Hillsborough, played each other 6 times in 2006. 1 for Sheffield Wednesday, 3 for Burton, and 2 draws. Wednesday coming to this just 1 defeat past 6, 83% form. Up against the Burton Albion side, just 1 win in the past 6 games, 33% form for them at the moment. Of course, last time around though at Hillsborough was a 3-0 win for Burton back in January 2018. That was in the Championship, believe it or not. The reverse fixture just a couple of weeks ago was a 2-0 win for Wednesday over at the Pirelli. Goodness gracious me, 2-0 win it was. Wednesday did pick up a 2-0 win over Charlton last time around. Burton did lose to Shrewsbury last time around. The odds here though, Wednesday are 13-8 for the victory, 92 is your Burton, 14-5 is your draw. Going to go with a 2-0 win for Wednesday in this one to keep the heat in the playoffs. Kicking off forward is Wycombe up against Cambridge, of course. That's also on Tuesday, the 1st of March. Now, these two sides have played 11 times in 2003. 8 was for Wycombe, 2 for Cambridge, and 1 draw. Wycombe, though, haven't won in the last 7 games. Wow, the wheels come off. Up against a Cambridge side, who've just lost once in the past 4, 42% form for them at the moment. Of course, last time around in Wycombe, it was, of course, a 1-1 draw back in March 2018. Wow. They haven't done the reverse fixture yet, so, of course, we've got a lot to look forward to as well. Wycombe did lose 3-2 last time around to Accrington Stanley. Who are they? Exactly. Kicking off, although Oxford also beat Cambridge 4-2 last time around on the weekend. Look at the odds on this one. Wycombe coming at you 5-4 on for the victory, 65 is your win. That's Cambridge, and 11-4 is your draw. Have the wheels come off? Not for me. 2-1 win for Wycombe on this one to take it to the house. Kicking off all those Wigan up against Fleetwood Town in a bit of a northwest crunch clash. Now these two sides have played each other 9 times in 2015. 6 for Wigan, 1 win for Fleetwood, and 2 draws. Just 1 defeat the past 6 though for 1 defeat the past 5 for Wigan. 58% form up against the Fleetwood Town side, who've lost just once in the past 6 for them, 42% form. However, drawing 5 of the last 6. They are the draw kings right now. Last time round at the DW, it was a 0-0 draw. That was back in January 2021. The reverse fixture over in Fleetwood was a 3-2 win for Wigan back in November. Of course, Wigan picking up a 3-0 loss to Sunderland last time around. Of course, Fleetwood picking up a 3-3 draw against Pompey. The odds for this one, though, Wigan 2-1 for the victory, 5-1 is your away win. That's Fleetwood Town, and 10-3 is your bloody draw. Going to go with a 3-1 win for Wigan on this one. And again, Fleetwood taking the L on this. Into the weekend's games we go. Cambridge up against Shrewsbury. Let's get into the deep end on this one. Played each other 9 times 2002, 3 wins apiece and 3 draws. Of course, Cambridge though coming to this just 1 defeat past 4 for them. They also lose to Wycombe in my eyes anyway. They come into this 42% form on the grand scheme of things. Meanwhile, Shrewsbury is also on 42% form, just 1 win and 6 for them, and again expected to lose midweek. Last time I played each other over in Cambridge, it was a 2-0 win for Shrewsbury back in November 2020. It was in the FA Cup. The reverse fixture over in Shrewsbury this season was a 4-1 win for Shrewsbury. That was back in match number 15 in October. Kicking off forward, of course, Cambridge losing to Oxford last time round. They will lose to Wycombe as well. Shrewsbury pick up a 2-0 win over Burton, also losing to Rotherham as well on this one. Do I have odds? I do have odds. 11-8 is to Cambridge, 25 is your draw, and 15-8 is your Shrewsbury Town on this one. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw myself on this one to take it to the house. Kicking on forward, what do we have here? It's Charlton up against Sunderland, of course, over at the Valley. That's right. Now, these two sides have played each other, according to my eyes, 23 times since 1993. 8 was to Charlton, 4 was to Sunderland, and 11 draws. So, of course, Charlton, though, 5 defeats on the spin. Johnny Jackson could get fired at this rate. 17% form up against the Sunderland side, just 1 win and 6 for them, 33% form for them. At the moment, of course, last time out at the Valley, it was a 0-0 draw back in October 2020. The reverse fixture over at the Stadium Light was a 1 win for Charlton back in, of course, October. Yes, it was. In fact, Charlton unbeaten against Sunderland in the last 5 games, picking up 3 wins and 2 draws. Meanwhile, Charlton did lose to Sheffield Wednesday in haven't scored in 1, 2, 3 games. Goodness gracious me. Meanwhile, Sunderland pick up a 3-0 win over Wigan last time around. The odds here, Charlton 2-1 for the victory, 13-10 is your Sunderland, 12-5 is draw. I think Sunderland are going to win this one, 2-0 win for them. They're back on track, aren't they, I think. Kicking off forward, Cheltenham up against Doncaster Rovers. That's right, over and Cheltenham. Now these two sides have played each other 11 times, 2003, 2 wins for Cheltenham, 7 wins for Doncaster, and 2 draws. Cheltenham, though, just 1 defeat past 6 for them, 58% form. Meanwhile, Doncaster just 1 defeat past 4 for them, 42% form for them at the moment. Last time around in Cheltenham was a 1-win for Doncaster. That was back in August 2016. The reverse fixture over at the Keep Moat, of course, back in October was a 3-2 win for Doncaster. Doncaster pick up a draw against Wimbledon last time around, of course, this weekend. Just gone. Meanwhile, Cheltenham did lose to Crewe. And haven't won since a 2-0 win over Fleetwood back in the 12th of Feb. The odds, though, for this one, Cheltenham 5-4 on for the victory, 5-2 is your draw. 7-2 is your away win. That's Doncaster on this one. Going to go with 2-1 for the hosts here to take it to the house. Can Crewe make it another win for them up against high-flying Wycombe? Of course, over at Grestiro. Played each other 11 times, 2003. 4 wins for Crewe, 6 wins for Wycombe, and 1 draw. Of course, Crewe, though, coming to just 1 win and 6 for them. 17% form up against the Wycombe side. Again, haven't won in the last 7 games, but they will pick up a win against Cambridge this midweek. Of course, last time around in Crewe was a 3-2 win for Wycombe. That's back in January 2018 in League 2, might I add. Meanwhile, of course, the reverse fixture over in Wycombe was a 2-1 win for Wycombe back in October. Crewe picked up a 2-1 win over Cheltenham last time around. Of course, Wycombe did lose to Accrington, following it up with a 2-1 win over Cambridge last time around. The odds, though, for this one, we have Crewe at 14-5 for the victory, 13-5 is your draw, and 11-10 on is your Wycombe. Of course, they're going to win this one, aren't they? 1-0 win for them on the road for me on this one. Gillingham up against Bolton down at where's it, where they call it? I can't remember. Priestfields? Played the 7 times since the year 2001 for Gillingham, 3 for Bolton, and 3 draws. Of course, Gillingham just 1 defeat past 5 for them, 50% form up against the Bolton side. 1-2 lost 2 of the last 4, 67% form over the last 6. Last time around over end, Gillingham was a 5-0 win for Gillingham. That was back in August 2019 in League 1. The reverse fixture, of course, over at the Reebok was a 2-2 draw back in October. Of course, Gillingham picked up a 2-0 win over Lincoln and back-to-back clean sheets for them. Meanwhile, Bolton did lose to MK Dons last time around, but of course, looking forward to this one, I'm sure. The odds 12-5 is your Gillingham, 11-10 is your Bolton, and 12-5 is your draw. Back in the Gillingham here, 2-1 win for them at home. They're a different beast with Harris in charge. Kicking off forward was Fleetwood Town against Ipswich Town. Wow, wow, wee wow. Of course, played each other according to mine 5 times in 2019, 2 for Fleetwood, 3 for Ipswich, and 0 draws. Fleetwood, of course, drawing 5 of the last 6, 42% form. They'll also lose this one against Wigan. Meanwhile, of course, Ipswich coming to this unbeaten in the last 7 games, 6 games even. Pick up 3 wins and 3 draws. 75% form for them at the moment. Of course, last time around in Fleetwood was a 2-0 win for Fleetwood back in March 2021. The reverse fixture over at Portman Road was a 2-1 win for Ipswich back in October. Fleetwood picking up a draw against Pompey, though, of course, they are playing in midweek. They'll lose to Wigan. Of course, Ipswich pick up a draw against Morecambe last time around and haven't won since a 3-0 win over Burton. Kicking on forward, though, the odds here, Fleetwood Town 12-5 for the Irish, 11-10 is your Ipswich, and 12-5 is your draw. Going to go with a 1-1 draw again on this one. Another draw in the bag for Fleetwood Town. Kicking off forward is Lincoln City against Sheffield Wednesday, right. Of course, coming at you as well on the weekend. That is the 5th of March. Played each other 3 times 2018. Lincoln 3 wins. 2 wins for Wednesday, 1 win for nothing for Lincoln, and 1 draw. I just lost the plot there for that second. Of course, Lincoln just 1 win and 6 for them, 25% form up against the Wednesday side, who've lost just once to the past 6, 83% form for them at the moment. Of course, they'll pick up a win against Burton, by that in mind. Of course, last time they played each other in Lincoln, they haven't played each other in professional, in competitive action, according to my eyes anyway, in recent times. But they did play each other over at Hillsborough. It was a 1-1 draw back in October. Wednesday picking up a 2-0 win over Charlton. Of course, they'll follow that with a 2-0 win over Burton. Lincoln did lose to Gillingham last time round. Of course, just scored 1 goal in the last 3 games. The odds, though, for this one, 11-5 is your Lincoln, 6-5 is your Wycombe. That's Wednesday. 12-5 is your draw. Going to go with a 2-2 draw on this one. Point split right down the middle. Kicking off forward is Oxford up against Burton at the Kazam. That's right. Now these two sides have played each other 25 times since 2006. 11 was for Oxford, 7 was for Burton, and 7 draws. Oxford winning 3 in the bounce, 67% form up against the Burton side, just 1 and 6, of course, and they'll also lose to Wednesday this midweek. Last time around at the Kazam was a 4-0 win for Oxford back in May 2021. The reverse fixture over at the Pirelli was a 3-1 win for Oxford as well. Oxford winning 4 in the bounce against Burton and scoring 9, 10, 16 goals against Burton over the course of those 4 games. Meanwhile, Oxford pick up a 4-2 win over Cambridge in the boat race. Of course, they'll also pick up a 2-1 loss against Pompey midweek. Of course, Burton did a 2-0 loss against Shrewsbury last round, and also losing to Wednesday this midweek. The odds say 6-4 on is your, of course, Oxford 14-5 is your draw, and 4-1 is your away win. That's Burton going to go with the hosts here, 3-1 win for them to take it to the house. Plymouth up against Morecambe. A bit of a coastal affair, this one. Played each other 14 times at 11, 7 was for Plymouth, 3 for Morecambe, and 4 draws, of course. Plymouth winning 3, losing 3 of the last 6. 50% form up against the Morecambe side, who haven't won in the last 7 games. Am I reading that right? Is Derek Adams back? Is he back? Did I miss that? Returns. Oh my days. Wow, we were. So Derek Adams returns. He didn't get a chance to manage them in league. Well, he got to manage them in League Two, but of course he's back now to take them over and try and save their season. Can he do it? He did chase the money. Well, he's back anyway. Lost 3, drawn 3 of the last 6, 25% form. Of course, coming after though, last round in Plymouth was a 3-0 win for Plymouth back in December 2019. They did play each other in Morecambe back in October. It was a 1-1 draw. Of course, Morecambe picked up a draw against Ipswich, and Rotherham picking up a 1-0 win over Plymouth last round. The odds here: Plymouth 13-8 on is of course your host, 14-5 is draw, and 92 is your away win. That's Morecambe. I'm going to go with a 2-0 win for Plymouth on this one, even though Derek Adams is back. Kicking off was Pompey against Accrington. Stanley, can they make it a double bubble for them this week? Play each other, of course, for 15 times, 2003, 4 wins apiece, and 7 draws. Of course, Pompey though unbeaten in the last 4, 58% form. Meanwhile, Accrington won 3, lost 3 over the last 6, 50% form as well. Last time around at Fratton Park, it was a 1-0 win for Accrington. That was back in May 2021. The reverse fixture over in Accrington was a 2-2 draw back in October. Fleetwood did draw with Pompey last time around. Of course, Portsmouth picked up a win over Oxford midweek in my eyes, and of course, Accrington picked up a 3-2 win over Wycombe. Wow. Of course, the odds on this one: 5-4 on is your Pompey, 11-4 is your draw, and 65 is your away win. That's Accrington. Stanley going to go with 2-1 win for Pompey on this one to take it to the house. Here we go. Top of the table crunch clash here. Rotherham up against MK Dons at the New York Stadium. Played 21 times in 2001. 9 wins for Rotherham, 7 wins for Milton Keynes, and 5 draws. Rotherham though, 5 wins in the past 6, 92% form up against the MK Dons side. Unbeaten in the last 6 as well, picking up 4 wins and 2 draws. 83% form for them at the moment. Of course, last time around at the New York Stadium was a 1-1 draw back in February 2020. The reverse fixture, of course, was a 3-0 win for Rotherham over MK at the Stadium MK back in October. Of course, MK Dons pick up a 2-0 win over Bolton last time around. Of course, Plymouth did lose to Rotherham last time around, and Rotherham also picked up a win over Shrewsbury in my eyes. The odds for this one: Rotherham 6-5 on for the Richie, 60-5 is your away win. That's MK Dons, and 30-5 is your draw. Going to go with a 3-1 win for Rotherham on this one to take it to the house. And then finally we have Wigan up against Wimbledon over at the DW. Now these two sides have played each other 5 times 2017. 2 wins for Wigan, 1 for Wimbledon, and 2 draws. Of course, Wigan though coming into this just 1 defeat past 5, 58% form. Wimbledon coming to this, won in the last 16 games. However, just 1 defeat past 4 for them, 25% form for them at the moment. Of course, last time around, though, at the DW, it was a 3-2 win for Wimbledon. That was back in February 2021. The reverse fixture over at Plough Lane was a 2-2 win for Wigan as well. The home side hasn't won this game in the last 5 times, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Wigan, of course, coming to this on the back of a 3-0 loss against Sunderland. Wimbledon pick up a 2-2 draw against Doncaster. The odds, though, for here, this one: 2-1 is your Wigan, 10-3 is your draw, 5-1 is your long shots. That's Wimbledon. Gonna go with Wigan, of course. 2-0 win for them to take it to the house. That is it. Wow, opening explosive month. Or first week of the month of March to get your picks in. So make sure you do just that. And to do it, go here, / League One. Now, if you want to be here sitting in the hot seat, of course, being my my co-host for the League One predictions, let me know down below. Of course, or better still, follow me on Twitter and direct message me that way. I'm looking for budding young content creators. You don't have to be young. You can be an old dude like me, or even older than me. And of course, you can be sitting in the hot seat as well. But let me know if you want to do that. Of course, I'm trying to get myself some new Rovers season mafiosos to help us out moving forward as we try to develop the content here. So make sure you do just that. Better still, make sure you smash the thumbs up, smash the subscribe. Check out that down below. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Twitch, I'm on Facebook, I'm also on Patreon. But until then, boys, we're done for now.